If you've been feeling an unusual weight lately, like you're carrying something you can't explain, but nobody around you sees it yet, this word is for you. You're not crazy, you're called. You're not overlooked, you're being mantled while yet being hidden. And today, I want to help you understand the silent burden of the prophetic dreamer and why God lets you feel heavy before he lets you be seen. Here's what we're covering. Why your calling feels like a burden right now, what the weight actually represents spiritually, and most importantly, how to carry it without breaking under pressure. This isn't a hype word, it's a mantling moment. So let's get into it. The weight of an invisible call. Let's go to Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. See, there are some of you, God mantled before you were born. And to be honest, you felt this weight for years, probably since your childhood. But here's what nobody tells you about a prophetic calling. It always feels heavier before it becomes clear. You always feel crazy before you realize you're not. That's why dreamers often feel exhausted before they ever go public. Your spirit is carrying things that your natural life hasn't caught up to yet. Think about it this way. When a woman is pregnant, right, she feels the weight of that baby long before anyone else sees the bump. She may have the morning sickness. She may be sensitive to smells. She may feel uncomfortable before that belly begins protruding. And you're spiritually pregnant with an assignment. That weight is what you feel. That's the future pressing against your present reality. You don't need any more confirmation. You need endurance for the journey ahead. Because really and truly, some of you have been asking God, why do I feel so heavy when nothing's even happening yet? Something is happening, just not where people can see it yet. The dreamer's burden. Think about Joseph in Genesis 37. When you get a chance, go read the whole chapter. He dreamed big dreams about his destiny. He spoke them out loud, and he got rejected, betrayed, and thrown into a pit for it. But that dream wasn't just a nice vision. It was actually the preview of a future assignment that he had to carry through betrayal, slavery, false accusation, and prison. Joseph carried the weight of his calling for 13 years before anyone saw the manifestation. And let me encourage you, you may have known what God said to you. God has called you to be a prophet. God has called you to be a pastor, evangelist, teacher, to do a great work for him. And you're waiting for someone else to see. And Joseph waited for 13 years. So if you've been waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 13 years, you're in good company. All right. Knowing this, that he was called to lead, but he had to serve in obscurity. So what you're carrying now isn't for applause. Get this through your understanding. It is an assignment in seed form, and seeds are buried before they break ground. They're buried in the dirt. They go through dark seasons and all that stuff. So if you're waking up with dreams, visions, burdens for people, places you've never seen, or people you don't know, and no platform to release them, don't dismiss it as your imagination, okay? This is where real prophets are formed, in hidden seasons, in private obedience, in learning how to steward the mantle before the world ever gets to see it. Honestly, God trusts you with the weight because he knows you can handle the responsibility. It's really determined upon whether or not you can bear the pressure while no one even sees yet. How to steward the burden without breaking. Because to be honest, when you have the burden, it will feel like it can break you. And I want to just give you a few things that will help you. So if you're in this place right now, here's what I want you to do. First, number one is write the dream down, write the vision down, write the encounter down, right? Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain. Your dreams aren't random, they're downloads, so document them. 2, pray over it consistently. Ask God if this burden is for now, for later, or if you're interceding for someone else's breakthrough, because not every prophetic burden is about your personal destiny. And a lot of times people get this confused. They have dreams or whatever for they're in it and they automatically assume it's them. So you want to really get with the Lord on that. Third, resist the urge to explain yourself to everyone. Not everyone is called to see what you see. Not everyone's called to know what you know. Not everyone's called to hear what you hear. And not everyone's called to understand what you are to understand. I literally just said to one of my mentees the other day, you speak prophetic language. They don't. They won't understand. And you'll exhaust yourself trying to convince people who aren't spiritually positioned to understand your assignment. I need you to understand that there are people positioned to help you with your assignment. No different than when a woman is in labor. There's a doctor or a midwife. There's people to help her. There's nurses. There are people that are positioned to understand your assignment. So when you try to convey your dreams to people that are not positioned to understand, they won't. All right. Fourth, rest your body while your spirit works. The burden may be spiritual, but your physical body needs to carry the weight. So take care of yourself. Sleep. Eat, move your body. You can't pour from an empty vessel. Your vessel needs to be nurtured as well. And finally, remember that obscurity is not punishment. It's preparation. God is developing your character to match your calling. God is tired of leaders and people falling away. Let him do the character work now so that years later, down the line, you won't crack under pressure. And I say all that to say, if you're a dreamer and you know you're not crazy, I need you to know that you're carrying something from heaven, and your obedience in this season is what qualifies you for visibility later. You understand what I'm saying? So if this word hits your spirit, I want to hear from you in the comments. Tell me, what burden have you been carrying that nobody else sees or understands? Are you called to be a prophet? You think so? No one else knows? Let's chat in the comment. I want to speak to those hidden prophets. I want to speak to those hidden prophetic voices out here. And if you are that dreamer or that prophet, that seer, the intercessor who's tired of feeling alone in the journey, I want to invite you to join my newsletter. It's called It's Prophetic. And every week I send out prophetic insights or mentorship moments like this to help you navigate your calling with confidence and clarity. And when you join, you'll get a free download of my ebook, Embrace Your Prophetic Voice, a practical guide to help you walk boldly in your prophetic calling, especially if you feel you're called to minister online. The link is in the description. Make sure you subscribe, like the video if it blessed you, and of course, turn on the notifications so you don't miss these mantling moments. Make sure to watch the next video on the screen, and I'm sure it'll bless you. Amen. Bye now.